Good morning, everybody. It is a new day. It's beautiful. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and we are doing a drainage project today. So I just arrived to the customer's house. I've got the mini skid steer, and let me get this unloaded and over to the job site, and we'll discuss what this job entails. All right, I just took a few minutes, threw on the digging teeth onto the bucket. Now let's get over to where we're going to be working. All right, so this is the drainage that we are fixing up, and honestly it's been neglected for so long that it almost looks like we're installing it for the first time. But there was actually a pre-existing culvert, you know, where the runoff water from the mountain would go off. But anyway, so the customer was nice enough to actually put out these little white stakes on both sides, so it's a good reference point of where they wanted this drainage. And then obviously you can already see that there is a little bit already here. It's just, you know, like I said, already years and years of just not being maintained. Now there are definitely a couple of spots that the mini skid steer is not going to be able to get to, but that's okay. You know, I brought a shovel, and so as you can see, it flows through here. The customer wants it in between these two big boulders right here. Comes up this way, and basically everything from this point on I'm not going to be able to get to with the mini skid steer, so it'll all just be shovel. Comes up through here and right up to the culvert pipe that goes underneath the road. So there's going to be quite a bit of digging, but originally I had quoted this job, and I just gave her an hourly rate, and then, you know, I reached back out and I was like, look, I have a mini skid steer. You know, just doing this manually with a shovel is going to take forever, and you might not get the quality of job that I could do with the mini skid steer. So, you know, these are my rates with the mini skid steer, and you know, they obliged to go with the mini skid steer. So yeah, we are going to get to work. I'm gonna take some before photos, and yeah, we'll get started. Here we go. All right, we're making progress. You know, one of the things that I mentioned to the customer is you know, the mini skid steer can make quick work compared to a shovel, but you know, it just moved this boulder that's, you know, almost the size of the bucket. But for some of them that are still in the ground, it's just not going to be able to move, you know, so it can't move that one. Plus the customer said that she is connected with that rock. It can't move this one or that one, you know, so basically everything up here I got a shovel. The main focus is they have water that seeps down into this lower half, and obviously you're naturally going to have that because the flow of the water is higher in elevation than this low spot in the lawn. So like in reality, the only way that you would be able to stop the majority of the water is to, you know, put corrugated piping or like a metal piping through all of this, and you would have to remove all the boulders and all that. So the only other option that this customer would have is to bring in a lot of fill. You know, you're talking 2 to 3 feet of fill to get it, you know, relatively closer to level to like this hillside right here. But you know, who knows. She says that she's putting in a septic here, so maybe the septic people will do that. But yeah, so we're making progress. I'm breaking up all the roots, breaking up all the dirt, because it's very firm. It's like half sand, half clay. So I'm breaking it all up, and we're just going to keep on moving down this line that she has established. So let's keep going. All right, guys, the culvert or the drainage is all dug out, and you know, if there wasn't so many roots, I could just take the teeth off and then come in here and dress it all up with the bucket, you know, and scrape away all the dirt. But between all the rocks and all the roots, I'm gonna have to basically just do it all by shovel. But nevertheless, it's established, and now I'm just gonna come in here with my shovel and just clean up everything. And then this is the only spot that I wasn't able to get with the mini skid steer, so I'm gonna carve that out with the shovel and then work my way all the way down. And I'm basically my thoughts are, is, as you can see, I started to, you know, lay down dirt all over here. Is you want more dirt on this side than you want on that side, because that's the side that washes out more than on this side. So you want more dirt over here, because ultimately you need to add more fill over here. So all right, I'm gonna change this battery and get to work. All right, guys, that is going to be it. So down here, it just spreads out because we're past the area that gets wet. So kind of widen this instead of narrow and deep. And then the entire culvert drainage runoff is you know, about 12 inches to 15 inches vertical. So I'll take a look here. I chopped as many of the roots as I could. Some of these are pretty big roots, and you know, I scraped along the bottom to make it nice and firm. Left the rock that the customer said that she has an attachment with, and then this is where it's like, this is where it really needed to be done very well. So did that, put a mound of dirt just in case, and then same with up here. Luckily the culvert pipe doesn't have that much material actually in it, barely anything. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna go load up the mini skid steer, and let's take some, you know, after photos, and that's gonna be it. So I'll probably check back in with you guys back at the wood yard when I drop off the mini skid steer. All right, guys, I just got back to the wood yard. Mini skid steer did great. One of the things that I did off camera last week was I actually changed out the hydraulic drive on this side. This machine works perfectly fine. It's got all the power in the hydraulics now in the drive motors. And yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's job. Something different other than firewood. I'm starting to get customers reaching back out. You know, you get those customers that are starting to reach out before fall time, because they get scared. They're like, oh snap, I haven't gotten firewood yet. So yeah, for later on this week, I've got some other jobs, pressure washing job, firewood delivery job, etc. So I'll have some more content coming your way. So thank you guys for watching, and stay blessed. Have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Peace.